Hello, everyone. We're live. We're going to just hang around for a few minutes just to give people some time to join the stream in the Facebook group. If you haven't already clicked on that link that we sent you for StreamYard, just to give them permission to show your name, then please do so. There might just be a prize for someone on the live call today, but we will need to see your name. So so do that. Hello, everyone. Why don't you let us know where you are listening in from? Isn't that what they always say on these calls? Hello, Shelley. I'm speaking to Shelley tonight, not to everyone, to Shelley. Otherwise, it gets a bit overwhelming to think of how many people are online. So lucky to see everyone. Thank you for giving me half an hour of your time. I really appreciate it. I am going to give half a minute more. Can everyone see me and hear me and see my nice slide? Hello, Kloof. I used to be in Kloof. Right. I think that I'm going to get started. It's now 7:30. I only have you for half an hour, so let's crack right on. And I want to start off with, what if you could get your very own teacher's assistant that you didn't have to share with anyone else? What if you didn't have to spend your evenings preparing lessons or marking assignments and could rather spend that quality time with your family? What if that assistant could help you write your reports or come up with fun ideas for your lessons? Stick around and I'll hopefully show you these what ifs becoming your reality. Right. You're in the right place. If you're a teacher and you're wanting to learn more about how ChatGPT and other AI tools can help you both save both time and mental space, this evening we'll cover how you get started with ChatGPT, how you can engage with it, how it can help you with all that admin you have, as well as whetting your appetite just a little bit with how you can use it for some lesson planning. We'll spend more time tomorrow evening on the lesson planning, digging a little bit deeper with the activities tomorrow, so that you come back tomorrow. Before we jump in, I'd love to quickly get a feel for where everyone is with ChatGPT. So let me know in the comments whether you're 1, 2, or 3. 1 is that you haven't even got a ChatGPT account yet. 2 is that you've got an account, but you haven't really seen the magic yet. Or 3, ChatGPT is your best friend, you can't live without it, and you're just here for some more tips and tricks. So let me know. We've got some 2s, awesome. 1, 3. Okay, so we've got a really nice mix of people, which is fantastic. My goal for this bootcamp is just to help teachers see that so that it's not overwhelming, right? Because there's so much AI being thrown at us at the moment. So I really just want to make this as simple as possible, just to get you going. Because once you've jumped in, you'll go crazy. But why is people giving me angry faces? Anyway, right. So I am obviously a number 3. I love it. I use it every single day, perhaps every single hour, and even use it sometimes if I can't decide what to make for dinner. Right. Oopsie. I've lost the slide. Anyway, my name is Jude Fulston, I'm a mom to a 13-year-old and an almost 11-year-old. I'm a director and manager of all things digital at Tomorrow Today Global, part of a team who helps other companies understand what might happen in the future. Our team basically gives advice on how to get ready for the changes that are coming in the new world of work, helping our clients be prepared and adapt to the changing world that we all find ourselves in. But through my journey with Tomorrow Today, I've been with them for a number of years, and after becoming a parent myself, I realized that I'm actually far more passionate about sharing what I learned from the team with parents rather than CEOs. And so that's how the Future Smart Parent community came about, a community that aims to equip parents, caregivers, educators with the ever-changing and ever-growing set of skills that are needed for parenting in the 21st century. As teachers, I'm sure you will agree that raising kids isn't for sissies. Right. Some quick, oh, there it is. That's me. That's who I am. Right. Some housekeeping. The boot camp will run for 5 days every evening at 7:30 p.m. South African time. The replays will be kept in this Facebook group for the next week. So if you do want to rewatch any of them, you're more than welcome to. They will be taken down next Monday, though, and put into the Future Smart Parent Club. So if you do miss any of the live sessions and want to watch the replays, then just make sure that you do that this week. And as I said, there will be some spot prizes on the live calls for our most engaged bootcamp members in the Facebook group. So get commenting, get engaging there, and I promise you there's some really lovely prizes. Should I show you what I've got for today? Can you see? It's going to be one of these little notebooks from Typo. Amazing. And how cool are these cute little stickers, personalized stickers with your name. Mrs. Wilmot says, "You've got this." Right, so that is that. Please feel free to ask as many questions in the Facebook group as you want to this week. And of course, if you're finding the content valuable, please invite your colleagues and teacher friends to join in. Okay, so I promise you we're going to get to the really juicy stuff soon. I just wanted to give you a very basic explanation of what ChatGPT is. Basically, and also ChatGPT is honestly, it's one of thousands of AI resources that have exploded into our worlds since the beginning of this year. But I'm going to just start off with ChatGPT just because it's kind of what everyone knows. But I promise you, I will be showing you other resources. I think it's on Thursday. But again, I just don't want to overwhelm you because there's just so much. And this is a great place to start. Okay, so what is ChatGPT? It's a computer program created by OpenAI, and it's designed to have conversations with people and help answer questions or provide information on various topics. It's based on a bunch of training. That's the technical term. It's a bunch of training that included sort of reading as much content that was out there on the internet. It scanned everything, right, using the power of computers. And it basically looks for the patterns in the words. So it doesn't understand what it's saying. It doesn't understand what you're asking it. It's just looking for the pattern of words. So it's basically like a very sophisticated autocorrect, but very sophisticated. So to try and explain it in a better way, if you consider the following phrase, okay? The Flamini family had a wonderful trip to France, eating croissants for breakfast daily and enjoying the tourist sites. On their last morning in Paris, they chose to eat breakfast in a little cafe with a view of the Eiffel Tower, right? So everyone knew that I was going to say the word tower. Okay, so that is what ChatGPT does. It's got all of this information and training and it just uses the patterns of the words. One thing that I do need to mention is that ChatGPT was only trained on data up until September 2021. So it can't answer anything that's current, but I promise you that it still is amazing. Okay, right. There will be a lot of times, let me just say, that it does feel like you are talking to a person, but remember, it doesn't understand. There's sometimes that you would want to say please and thank you. I often do. You might even want to give it a hug when you see what it can do for you. But really, it's just using the pattern that it's learned. Something that I must also just mention, it's really important to consider what the AI created resources means for your teaching. You obviously need to use your own skills and experience to make sure that the ideas and information that it gives you match up with what you're teaching and aligns with how you want to teach and position yourself. AI can certainly help you out, but remember, it can never, ever replace your expertise and experience. Never. AI is not here to replace teachers. It simply is not. Instead, think of it as your own personal assistant. And as my colleague Graham Codrington says, AI won't replace people, but people who use AI will replace those people that don't. Okay, so here we go. I am going to share my screen now. So bear with me for a minute. Okay, there is my screen. And this is what ChatGPT looks like, okay? If you haven't got yourself an account yet, I have put a video in the Facebook group showing you exactly how to register for the free account. So you'll find it in the Facebook group. Now, ChatGPT is free. You can upgrade. It's $20 a month to GPT-4. I still use the free version. So let me just hide that. I still use the free version. You'll see on the left here, this is where your chat history is stored. In the middle, it gives you some examples, capabilities, limitations, and over here is where the magic happens, where it says send a message. Okay, so let's look at some prompts to save you time with all the admin I know you teachers have to deal with daily. When I asked everyone what was the biggest thing that they wanted help with, it came across very loud and clear that it was admin. So what I've done is I've just written my prompts out so that I don't have to spend time typing it out. So here is the first example of how it can help you with some admin. So you're a grade 5 teacher and you're concerned about your student, Tom, who hasn't been doing his homework. Now you want to write a letter to his parents. So the prompt is this. You're asking ChatGPT to please write a letter to Tom's mom and dad requesting a meeting to discuss this issue and how you hope that his parents and teachers can support. And then you go on to give him some times that is available. Okay, so let's see what ChatGPT comes back with. Right. So now you can see it's giving me the format of the letter. Dear Mr. and Mrs. last name, that's for you to edit. And it's written you a beautiful letter that you can use. Again, I'm not saying copy and paste this and send it as is. You obviously have to go and edit it, read through, make sure that you're happy with it. But it's just given you this beautiful starting point and honestly done most of the work for you. What I wanted to show you too is that, so you see this over here, it's a letter. So I said, please write a letter to Tom's mom and dad. Now, like, who really sends letters? So what I can say is, please write an email. That's a better prompt. Follow up with this. So you can see now it's giving me the subject line and it's got a different style to it. It's not quite the letter. Okay. So then what you can do, you see this little icon over here next to the thumbs up and thumbs down. The little icon is where you can copy, okay? So you click on the little copy button and then you can just go and paste it. I've just opened a Word document and you just Control V, copy, there we go. There we go. Goodness, what was going on? Okay, so there you see, it's as easy as that. So you can copy it into you can paste it into a Word document or your email or whatever. Okay, so what's another example? Perhaps you have a class trip coming up, and you've got all of this admin that goes with a class trip, as I can only imagine, and you realize that you need your permission slips that have to go out tomorrow. Not a problem. Your assistant, ChatGPT, can help you. ChatGPT, generate a permission slip for a school trip for Mrs. Jackson's grade 4 class to the Apartheid Museum on the 5th of September. Include boxes to be checked if student is allowed to be photographed for the class newsletter, and include a note that students must be at school dressed in their formal uniform by 7:30 a.m. and will be back at school by 1 p.m. Right. Enter. I've done it again. I've asked for a letter instead of an email. No, I didn't. Permission slip. Okay, so you can see here, it's giving your trip details, it's giving the boxes to tick, emergency contact information. Now, I didn't ask it to give me these details, the emergency contact information, but because I've asked it to create a permission slip, it knows, based on its training, that a permission slip includes the emergency contact number. Amazing, right? Please tell me that I am, that this is amazing, right? Okay, so what else can we do? Let's think of a simple example of how we could use ChatGPT in the classroom. Now, I'm thinking when I know you teachers know a whole lot of stuff, but sometimes these children can ask us questions that we don't have the answer to. My boy asked me to explain a black hole to him the other day, and honestly, I just didn't know where to start. So it gave me an idea just to show you how ChatGPT can help with this. So I'm going in here and I'm just putting in, please explain black holes to a 5-year-old, right? Okay, so now you can see, because I've asked it to speak to a 5-year-old, it's speaking in a language that is appropriate for a 5-year-old. Okay, so I mean, it gives a great description. Here's the super interesting part. The monster is so strong that not even light can escape from it. Light is really fast, like the sunshine that makes things bright during the day. And it just goes on here. Imagine a super strong vacuum cleaner in space. That is the language that a 5-year-old would love and absorb, right? So that's great. But then what happens if you give it instructions to explain it to a grade 12 higher grade science student, right? Because you've told it what output it's needing, then of course it's going to give you the language that's appropriate for that level. So it's really important to tell it exactly what you want, right? And in the prompts. Okay, so the prompt is really important. It's called prompt engineering, and the more you practice, the better you will get at it. It really is taking the time just to play around, explore, ask questions, dig deeper. So I'm going to actually just go back to my slides, just to show you. I have a sort of a template. Let me get here, a prompt formula. That's the word that I was looking for. Right. So here we go. You can see these are the 5 kind of parts to the formula. So you're telling ChatGPT who it is. So you are a grade 11 teacher, or you are an expert on the solar system, or you are the head of communications at a school. All right. Then you tell it what result you're wanting. So give me 10 fun facts about the solar system, or create 5 multiple choice questions, or write an email newsletter. All right. And then you need the goal. So to make my students interested in what they're about to learn, to help them understand what they have learned about the solar system, or to inform parents about our classes, upcoming events. All right. Then there's context. If there's any more context that you need to give it, don't be afraid of giving it sort of not too much, but the more you give it, the more it's got to work with, right? So yeah, then also your constraints and guidelines. So, sometimes you only want 5 questions that it provides you with, or the newsletter should be short. All right. So that's the formula to follow. Obviously, you're not going to kind of, you don't have to do all of these, but it's just a good guideline for you to follow. The better the question, the better the answer. And the more you use ChatGPT, the better you'll become at asking the right questions. Another important thing to remember is that ChatGPT is not Google, all right? It's not a search engine. The beauty is that it's being designed so that you can have an actual conversation with it. It's a large language model. Okay, so too often when people are starting out with ChatGPT, they stop at the very first question and they don't see the magic, right? So don't stop there. Keep asking, keep having the conversation with it, digging deeper and asking more and more questions on what you're asking about. Let me show you what I mean. Right, I can see the comments quickly. How is everyone feeling? Are you excited? Can you see the potential that it has to help you really save time and kind of mental space? I have used ChatGPT to make a rubric. Yeah, exactly. Amazing. Okay. I am very excited. Okay, I'm so glad. I really think that this is going to help save you so much time. Right, let me get back. I'm going to share my slides again. So here we go. And to stream. And we're back here. Let me just check my time. Okay, so where was it? Okay, I was going to show you how we can dig deeper. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example for a high school teacher. I'm sorry, I know that I actually I will add more sort of high school examples tomorrow. My kids aren't in high school yet, and I realize that I've kind of weighed a little bit more heavily on showing examples for primary school teachers. So apologies for that, but hopefully you're getting a good idea of just exactly what can be done. Okay, so the new prompt is: you are a grade 11 geography teacher in South Africa following the IEB curriculum. Provide me with the list of clouds that my students need to learn about and provide a short description of each. Okay, so here it now gives you all of the clouds. Gosh, I did geography for matric and it's all coming back to me. Cumulus, cumulonimbus, all of these good clouds. Okay, so that's great. So it's given you what you've asked it for. Okay, but now, as I say, dig deeper, right? This is where it can be fabulous. So, okay, please put all the above types of clouds into a table. First column is the name of the cloud. Second column is the type of cloud, and add a column for what it means for forecasting the next day's weather. If you can, provide another column with a link to a picture for each cloud. So again, this is where, it can never replace teachers, because unless you know about clouds, you're kind of not going to know that clouds can be used for forecasting the next day's weather, I don't think. So you still need to use the knowledge that you have, but you're kind of getting ChatGPT to do kind of the kind of heavy load of the work, so that you can focus on doing the good stuff with the kids. So here you can see it instantly, put it into a table for you. You've got your cloud name, you've got your cloud type, forecasting next day's weather, and then you've got your link. Now, these links don't always work. Let me see. So there we go. It actually does. Sometimes the links work, sometimes they don't. And if they don't, then you just go into Google and you just do it yourself. Okay, so then that's not all, right? So we're now going to ask it. That's fabulous. It's great what it's done. Oh, and what I actually did the other day, I wanted to copy and paste this. So if I copy, right, and if I go here to paste it, it does that. So it's not great. Okay, so I actually asked ChatGPT, I said, please tell me how to paste what you've given me into a Word document, into a Google document. And it did. It said, go into the table, create a table. Now, let me just make sure I get this right. And paste it into the first, oh dear. Okay, I didn't get it right. But I promise you, it gave me the instructions and I could go and do it perfectly. So feel free to go and do that. Ask ChatGPT for instructions, right? You'll see in the notebook that I gave you, one of them was give me instructions on how to put a calendar entry into Google or something like that. You can ask it those sort of things. Okay, so there we go. I have asked it. Oh, I haven't asked it. I got distracted. Hold on. Sorry. So now you can ask it, please provide me with 5 different ways to help my students memorize these facts. And all of a sudden, flashcards, mnemonics, oh my goodness, I can never say that word, cloud bingo or matching game, storytelling, cloud art, and visualization. And obviously some of these will be great for your class, some of them not so, but it gives you options to choose from. You know, and you can dig deeper. You know, you can say, give me some examples for cloud mnemonics. And there we go. How amazing is that, right? Okay, moving on. I wanted to also show you how you could do some assessments. This is a really simple example that I'm showing you. Tomorrow I can show you 4 sort of essays, but I'm really just trying to give you as much of an idea of what's possible. If you do have questions, please just keep them coming, and I promise you I will make sure that we answer them either in the Facebook group or in our lives this week. Okay, so you are a grade 3 English teacher. Please give a mark out of 10 for the following creative writing exercise by one of your students. Please also provide feedback for the student. And then I just copy and pasted this short little piece that a grade 3 student had written and send message. All right. Okay, so I would give this creative writing exercise a score out of 8 out of 10. Feedback for the student, so it gives some good feedback, some positive feedback, and then it says to make your writing even better, here are a couple of suggestions, adding more details, expanding your sentences. She wanted a croissant, then she wanted to leave. You could write, after enjoying her coffee, you get the picture. And then keep up the good work, your writing is already great. Now, wouldn't this be amazing if you could then just copy and paste this, print it out for the morning, and all of a sudden you've got her feedback and she's got a reading exercise for class the next day. I don't know if that would work. And it's personal to her or him. I just think it's amazing. And then, of course, you can also regenerate. You can regenerate the answer if you're not 100% happy with that, or you want some different ideas for the feedback that you're going to give him or her. Okay. We are so close to finishing. I might need 2 more minutes of your time. I might go over. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm just having a look here what other prompts I've got. You a grade 1 teacher who uses the Reggio Emilia approach, and you want some simple games that your grade 1 class can play to help them learn how to count to 100. Perfect. Number hunt, counting collections, number line jump, puzzles, skip counting songs. And again, I know that you teachers know all of this. You've got it in your heads somewhere, along with a million trillion other things. So ChatGPT is just so useful because it helps you think, right? We've got so much going on in our brains, and it just helps you think. It takes that away from you, right? And then, of course, you can go deeper. You can say, tell me more about number 1. Now, because you are following on with this conversation, it knows number 1 means the number hunt. Okay, so then it'll tell you the materials needed, the steps that you need to take, and you can keep asking it more and more questions until you've got everything that you need to know. Okay, I'm almost done, I promise. I wanted to show you your school newsletter, right? I know that this can take up a lot of your time. So why not just ask ChatGPT to write your newsletters for you? Again, you're telling it that it's an expert marketer, a communications manager who works at a primary school. Please write a newsletter, and then you're telling it what to include in that newsletter, and you're just chatting to it, right? You don't have to do anything formal. You're just telling it as if you were talking to your colleague what it needs to include, all right? Send. And look at that. Isn't it insane? In a couple of seconds, people, it's giving you your nice headlines. It's writing it beautifully. It's just, I don't know. I just think it's amazing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's the newsletter. And again, it'll use what you put in, right? So yeah. Okay, very, very last thing, I promise. I did say that I was going to show you how to create a lesson plan. A lesson in a minute, I think I called it. So now, as a parent, one of my favorite topics for the kids to learn is entrepreneurship, right? And so here we go. I am making ChatGPT a grade 7 teacher. And I'm wanting 8 weeks of lesson plans to teach my class entrepreneurship in a fun and engaging way, 2 lessons per week, 40 minutes each in length. And the goal is for the class to host a market in the last week, teams of 2 or 3. All right. And it's going to magically give you all of these lessons broken down by week. And it's going to give you all of these lessons, right? Amazing. It gets better. I feel like one of those adverts, right? So then you go provide. Now you see why I copied and pasted. Provide me with lesson 1. And there we go. Lesson 1, your materials, the introduction, the minutes that you need. I think it's fantastic. It gives you a homework assignment, it gives you an assessment, and it even gives you an extension activity. Blows my jolly mind. And then you can also, just for fun, last prompt I'm going to show you, provide me with different ways I could informally assess that the students have understood the lesson, and it gives you some ideas. And again, you can dig deeper. So tell me more about mind maps, or give me examples of our exit tickets. So I just think it's fantastic, right? I am now going to go back to here, and I am going to see the comments. Are you Oprah? Better than Christmas. Yes. Okay, so I'm seeing all of the comments now. I haven't been watching them, but I see a lot of excited people, and I am so happy to hear that. Homework is to share a screenshot of a prompt that you've given ChatGPT with the answer in the Facebook group. There is a post, an homework post, and you can just pop it in there. As I say, if you do all of your homework, you will be put into for another bigger prize. So do your homework, and also just engage with everyone. I think we're going to see so many different examples and ideas of how you can all use this, that I think it's going to be fantastic, right? And that, I almost forgot about the giveaway. Right, let me just see. I think I need to share my screen again. Hold on. Here we go. And let me see if my clever tech works. Right. Clever Tech is coming up, choosing a broadcast, getting started. And let me see. Oh, there we go. Oh, wait. Entries, 16? Can't be 16. Draw. Oh, is it your name? There's more than 16. Who is it? There we go! The winner! See, I am like Oprah. Marsha, I will be in touch with you for your beautiful stickers and a notebook. And yeah, everyone, thank you so much. I really hope that you enjoyed this evening and that you come back tomorrow when we will be looking at lessons, lesson plannings, assignments, quizzes, all of those really good things. So thank you. Appreciate you giving me half an hour of your time, and I will see you in the Facebook group and see you live in the call tomorrow. Take care, everyone.